Every year, UCT gets 90,000 applications. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then I suggest you go and watch the first video. I'll leave a link in the description below. Turns out, UCT actually get more than 90,000 applications. The former VC was doing an interview a while back on the McG podcast, and she said that they actually get 100,000 applications. I'll let her tell you about it just now.
We get more than 100,000 applications.
At UCT?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we can only take about 4,200
Whoa.
first year. And that's all the programs, right? And so there are children that we say no to who actually, they qualify. So people just qualify and they say, no, I've got the points that you need.
Yeah.
That's not good enough. You've got people who've got, too many people who've got the points that we need and more. And so you rank them and then you...
I did speak in detail about how UCT ranks their applicants. If you would like to know more about that, I highly recommend you go and watch the first video. I'll make sure to put a link about it on the description below. Anyways, thanks for joining me in this video. This video will cover the following two things. Number one, we will be covering a tutorial on how to apply into UCT. Now, please note that I'm a former UCT student, and as such, I will not be using my real detail when creating an account because I already have an account with UCT. So I'll be using the details that I've specifically constructed for this tutorial. Another thing to note is that there are two ways to apply into UCT. The first one is through online applications, and that is what we're going to cover in this video. The second one is to download a physical form. I'll send a link on where to download the form in the description below, and then you fill in the form and you send it to the admissions office. The second thing that we'll be covering is the conclusion, so we'll be wrapping up this video series. If you have not watched the first part, I highly recommend you go and watch it now and then come back to this video afterwards. Let's get started and let's get you into UCT. Background yakho. First thing that you need to do is to navigate to the UCT online application site. Navigate to a browser and type in UCT online applications. Once that is done, you're gonna click search and you'll find that the first thing we found here is an ad from Get Smarter. This is not what you want, so we'll scroll down until you see UCT online applications. Here it is, so we're going to click on it. This is your first time applying to UCT. You obviously will not have any account with UCT. Now, to apply to UCT, you will need to create a new account with UCT. This is the account that UCT will use to communicate to you your application status and related information that they deem necessary to share with you. This is our first time here, so we'll create a new account. Click on Create Account. Fill in the information required. This should be pretty simple. Please note that every field that's preceded by an asterisk is a required field, like the first name field on this form. I'll blur my information, privacy reasons. I came across a couple of issues during this process. Number one, I used an email address that I had already used when I was creating my application to UCT in 2018. This is what the error message here is telling me, that an account exists in the system with my email address. If you're like me and are receiving this error message, what you need to do is to change the email address that you have used to a different one. Once that is done, you'll be redirected to this page. UCT will send you an OTP, which is a one-time PIN, to the email address that you entered. OTP is a one-time PIN, which means it can only be used once. Another thing, it takes a few minutes before this OTP email arrives, so please be patient. Please do not close this tab or browser that you have opened where asking you for an OTP as you navigate to your email address. If you close it by purpose or mistake, you will need to redo the whole process again. Once you've received the OTP, come and enter it here. I did experience some issues, and they are as follows. One of the issues I experienced was that I was told that my password didn't meet the criteria. So if you find that entering the OTP, you're being told that about your password, just know that it's normal. And I think the problem here lies with the website. Why would they wait until I've received my OTP before telling me that my password does not meet their criteria? It reminds me of Home Affairs people who let you stand in a line 2 hours just to get to the front of the line and be told that the system is offline. You could have told me that 2 hours ago. Anyways, you'll need to go back and fix your password. Once you have fixed your password, you'll need to submit the form and you'll get redirected to the same OTP page. Please note that entering the previous OTP will not work because that OTP has expired. It has been used. Remember, OTP stands for one-time PIN. UCT will send you another message with a different OTP that you'll need to enter here. Please wait for it. As I've already mentioned, it takes a minute for the email to get to your inbox. Once that's done, you've successfully created your account with UCT. Please take this time to clap for yourself. You're on your way to becoming a UCT student. How exciting is that? Now, you need to log into the application system using the account you've just created. I struggled logging in using my phone once I was done with creating a new account. This is because I forgot the password that I used and had to reset it. After a couple of trial and error logging in using my phone, I decided to use my laptop. Please note that this same process of applying can take place on a phone and does not necessarily require a laptop. When you apply through your phone, you'll see the same thing that everyone else sees. You'll get asked the same questions. Once you've logged into the system, navigate to undergraduate applications. Page will open up. I have logged in before and checked out the application form, but forgot to record that, which is why there is a button here that says continue application and another that says cancel application. Since this is your first time here, you won't have these buttons, but you may have one which says start application or something along those. Click on it and you'll get redirected to this page here. There is a tab on the left which indicates the steps that you'll be taking throughout this application process. Fill in the information that's required in each step. Once you're done, click on save and there should be a next button that pops up. Click on it to proceed to the next. This is the application process of UCT. Continue filling this form until you've filled everything and hit submit. I will not be filling this form in this video. There's a YouTube video that I saw which goes into detail about completing this form, so I'll make sure to link it to this one, and you guys are more than free to go and watch it, and I highly recommend you go and watch it. That guy got into detail about completing the form. Anyways, that's all we're gonna be covering today. Thank you. Hello guys, that's it with this video. Thank you for watching. If you haven't liked the video, please like the video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Press that notification button. See you on the next one. And